Hello and welcome to Bored Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And this is our review of Distilled.
Ooh, we're making some whiskey.
We're making some whiskey by Paverson Games. We're making some whiskey is not the subtitle, it's just Distilled. But it's we are reviewing Distilled by Paverson Games. Thank you to Paverson Games for sending us this review copy to
Thank you very much.
To play and share with you all. And before we dig into all of this wonderful game, all about brewing amazing spirits and all of our favourite things to drink, you should probably hit the red subscribe button.
Yeah, this one big one that does say subscribe and click it. And,
It won't help you with a hangover.
No.
But it might make you feel better if you are hungover.
Yeah, exactly.
Watching our videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can spend a day and go over on the sofa just watching all our playlists and all the content that you can find on the channel.
Absolutely. So why not do that?
And after that, check into the link for for an amazing discount with some great graphic tees. Check out their website. There's a lot of stuff coming up like every day, basically, with some new design and absolutely fantastic t-shirts and some very nice like normal
casual wear shirts as
wear,
well, which is very, very nice.
Absolutely. And just to be 100% correct about it, is a 10% discount on top of any other discounts you can find. So treat yourself.
Best kind of discount.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Matt, let's have a little tipple, have a little drink.
Yeah, let's
pour ourselves a glass and go find out what we think of Distilled.
All right. I think we are all ready to distill some information about Distilled.
Yeah, let's distill some information.
Let's talk about Distilled. I'll start saying that, okay, it's a Paverson Games game. It's a 1 to 5 player. It's age plus 14 because we're talking about making spirits. That's probably why.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it is more or less half an hour per player. So 4 player can take up to a couple of hours and probably a little bit more at the start, what we were gonna discuss about it. But Wayne, what is the game about?
Distilled is a Euro game and it is very heavily card-based, as you can see outlined on the table.
There are a lot of cards.
There are a lot of cards in lots of different types of cards as well. You're going to be brewing alcohol or distilling alcohol over the course of the game. You're going to be setting up so you have a flight on your recipe board, and you're going to be unlocking different recipes to distill. As you can see right here, Matt is showing, being a wonderful model for us. Each one of these recipes will have different types of sugar, different ingredients that they need. You're going to be sourcing these ingredients from the market during your turn. Once everyone's sourced everything they need, they'll be going to the distilling phase. And that's quite interesting, Matt.
Yeah, it is. So again, you're collecting ingredients to make your booze. Each booze will need different type of ingredients, and is one of the mechanics that is absolutely amazing that the guys nailed it. Not just how it plays, but thematically.
Yes.
Is that you basically, when you want to distill something, you take all the ingredients cards all together, you shuffle them randomly, and then you remove the top and the bottom cards. It's like removing the heavy and
the light alcohol
from a drink. That is actually how you do it.
Done. Absolutely gets done. The team at Paverson Games have done a great job in the rulebook of explaining exactly why things are the way that they are in the game. And I think that really is to be commended. They've done a lot of research on distilling.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And it's great, and it's threaded all the way through every element of the game.
Yeah, no, amazing. And of course, then while you're doing it, you can get your basic ingredient to distill, but then if you got the money to invest on better ingredients, you're getting better results. But it's just like super thematic and super fun. I find it like very, very fun. And then you got some of the alcohol, or some of the booze can be ready to go, so you can sell them straight away. Otherwise, something like rum or whiskey, they will have to go in your storage because you want to age them.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be a booze they're gonna get more bonus
better over time, yeah.
air return. It's getting a little bit of a bonus air return until you're ready to sell it after a few turns and catch a lot of coins and points.
And get coins and points. And that's so amazingly thematic. And obviously, if you're going to be distilling something like whiskey or rum, you need the right kind of barrel.
Yes.
And that's going to cost you some more money, so you need to make sure you source the right barrel from the market. You need to make sure you've got enough grains. And then, as you say, the longer you let it sort of mature in your warehouse, the more points and the more cash it's going to be worth. And that's really interesting how that happens as well. We have this flavor deck here, which will give your maturing alcohol more and more flavor, more complexity,
yes.
and of course, more cash and more value over time. And another thing that makes your booze more valuable is, of course, a fancy bottle, man.
Of course. So you can buy from the open market here, you can buy some very nice fancy bottles that, if they're linked directly with the type of booze you're making, for example, for rum, you want a South American type of bottles, that's going to give you extra points added to the when you're selling the bottles. It's super fun, and it's super thematically very, very, very well done.
Very well integrated. There is a very light kind of engine building, almost combo creation element to the game, and a light way where you are going to be upgrading your distillery over time. So you've got some slots at the top of your player board where you can have new equipment or have new specialists, and these will give you a ton of different abilities.
Yes, exactly. And on top of that, you got your own character. There's a stack of characters.
Loads of characters.
A lot of character cards. Each one will have a different ability. Some of them will give you bonus at the start of the turn. Someone will make you'll be able to buy stuff for cheaper. Each one is very different. So you got that. It's not much. It's a little bit about asymmetric things, but the most asymmetric things is each one of those characters will have a signature alcohol.
Their signature booze, their special recipe that only they can make.
Exactly, that's amazing. They will have their own special ingredients that they need to use to do that things. And if you can unlock it, that's gonna give you a lot of points. So you got a little bit. It's not gigantic, but you got asymmetry.
A little bit of asymmetry in there as well, which is really, really lovely.
Absolutely.
The game also gives you things to aim towards during the game. And what I mean by that, you've got these achievements that you can unlock, these spirit awards, and there are a ton of these in the box. For example, in our game, we had to either have 3 equipment distillery upgrades, so to have upgrades on our board, or to sell a spirit worth $15 or more, $15, 15 money.
Yeah, and again, of this, you got quite a stack of different achievements. On top of that, you will have your secret achievement for the end of the game.
Personal distillery goals.
So you will start with 3 of them. At a certain point, you're gonna discard 1, so you will gonna end up with 2 of them. And this one could be anything from have the most different type of booze, or ever the most different type of bottles that you use during the thing. There is a lot of them. So it does add more like replayability.
Loads of replayability in this box.
The strategy is never going to be the same one every time you play. We played quite a lot recently, and what worked the first time for me did not work just
just now.
Just now.
Spoiler alert, I won this one.
Yeah, but I won the first one.
You did win it.
But it does add a lot of replayability, and it's great.
Yeah, Matt, anything else you want to talk about in terms of how the game plays?
Well, at the end of the turns, you're gonna have 7 turns that you're gonna track with this mini barrel here on the things, and at the end of the 7th round, you count the points. Again, just to recap, the points you can get points when you brew certain type of booze. You can get the one from your special cards, the one from the achievement, or again, when you use some ingredients of some certain type of bottles, they will add you some points when you actually use them during your brewing. So
that's true, and there's an interesting decision space there when you're buying things, because during the market phase of the game, which is the first phase in every single round, you're going to be buying things, as we said, from the market. You only ever buy one thing, and then it will go around to the next person. And then it'll eventually come around to you again. Then you can buy another thing. So it's not like you can buy everything that you want in one go. So it might be that maybe you need 2 or 3 things from the market, but I might not be able to get them before you take them.
Yeah,
from me.
exactly. So yeah, the open market is really well done. The fact that you go around the table every time, it adds a lot of a little bit of
little turn
tactics,
anxiety, a little bit of turn
bit.
anxiety, a little bit of turn stress. And it also means that phase it can be quite snappy. So because you're only doing the one buy on your turn, it's a little bit quicker than if I had to buy everything in one go. Right? So
Yeah.
Matt, I think the production of this game is a little bit extra.
Yeah.
It's pretty dang good.
It is. So the amount of cards that you get in the games are just like
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
For clarity, we've been playing with the Middle East and Africa expansion, which adds more cards.
Even more. You got all your tokens for the whiskeys.
Yes.
Your coins, and you got a very, very good production. There's a lot of things. There's nothing that goes, oh, this was unnecessary.
Actually, I think you're quite right. I don't think there's anything particularly unnecessary, despite the production being quite lavish.
Yeah.
You've got all of these like remarkable player boards. You've got this double-layered recipe card. You've got, I suppose, the truck, which is basically just a fancy discard pile. You can't see it in the shot there, but it is basically just a fancy discard pile. And you have this board for the basic market. The cards could just be on there, but I like having places to put my cards.
Yes.
I mean, it makes the whole table slightly tidier. And in a game that is quite sprawling like this one, it's nice that everything has a place.
It does. My only comment is that the text on the card is a slight... I need to put my glasses on.
It needs to be the cards. There is a lot of text on the cards. This is not a language-independent game. You do absolutely need to be able to read the cards. Because I think the amount of symbols that you'd need in order to do all of these effects would be completely wild. So I think it's the right choice that they've done to have the text on there.
You do need to read the cards because, especially when you go out on the market, beside the normal ingredients, when you're buying upgrades for your distillery, each one will have a different effect, a different bonus, and you kind of need to study what those bonus means because some of them are game-changing.
Absolutely. And if you play with the cask strength expansion, which we're also playing with, we threw that in the box. I said to Matt, let's just throw it all in.
Yeah.
And it's very good, by the way. You will also get lots of special effects on different ingredients as well. So you're getting even more potential for creating combos in your brew, which is very good as well.
No, it's amazing. Again, production-wise is top for what the game is.
Pretty top-notch. And I have to put a special shout-out to the insert. The insert is a custom insert by Game Trays, I believe, and it is pretty
We do
good.
love it because it makes it way better to put the game away and to set up.
Yes.
And I will say now, it takes a little bit to set up. There's a lot of things that you need to set up, starting from your boards, starting from the recipe board, the counter,
two different markets.
So it takes a little bit to play. So if you got half an hour, this is not the game for you.
No, correct.
But after that, I think it makes it way easier to store and
Absolutely.
and to play again.
I think the art design works perfectly with the game. I mean, it feels somewhat classy.
Yeah,
it's nice. There's nothing overly done. It has a kind of hyper-real / cartoony style, but not extremely so.
Yeah.
It's mostly just lovely pictures of ingredients and equipment that you might have in a distillery.
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
Probably it's not my favorite type of art, but it does work. For this works perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're doing a game that's based on a job and activity,
yeah, that's true. It's always like
it's going to be well, how far can you go with it,
that's
right?
fair
So I
enough.
think they've done pretty much as good as they can with it when you've got like pictures of potatoes. on cards and
that's
stuff like
true.
that.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, production absolutely top notch, I think. Matt, so who is Distilled for, and how complex do you think it is?
I will say that in terms of complexity, we are on the medium-high scale.
Would you put this in our advanced category?
I will put it advanced, but not
Expert.
not expert. Because at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that you need to look after. Because you need to look after your board, you need to look after the marker, you need to make sure that you trying to do this or that combo, and there are a lot of moving pieces on the board. For example, when you need to refresh the market and you need to distill your booze, or some of them need to go in your storage. First time that we played, it was a little bit clunky, but without knowing the rules, that's
learning as you go. It's kind of it's a multi-phase game, so it's going to be somewhat chunky.
Well, when we play again, then it was like way faster, and I think I really appreciate that. So once you get the rules, that's fine. There are a few rules. So not to the extreme level, but yeah. And in terms of like who would like these games, well, it's an open market drafting Euro game.
Yeah.
Very much based on the card drafting. And so if that's something that interests you, this is definitely one of the best I played. Thematically is perfect. I would just say, I don't know how they managed to do it.
The thematic integration for a Eurogame is really well done.
Yeah, that makes it way better, especially for me that, I'm not the biggest fan of like heavy, massive, boring Eurogames. This makes it really fun. The shuffling the cards to actually distill your booze, and all the different combo you can do. The fact that you can do like, I want to do some rum next because I feel like I'm a pirate today.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all the different ingredients, the different strategy that you can make. It's not boring.
No.
It's really fun to play.
It's fun. It's interactive. There's lots going on. You always feel like you can achieve something on your turn.
Yeah.
Even if you're completely cash strapped, there's something you can probably brew, even if it's just moonshine to get some cash ready for the next turn. I think I'd agree with you, Matt. This goes into the advanced bracket, not quite the expert bracket, because I don't think it's very wide.
No.
Rules.
Yeah,
it's deeper than it is wide. Right?
Exactly.
It's deeper than it is wide. There's lots of interesting interactions within the cards, and I think adds to the complexity, right? So,
yes, it's always, and it's very satisfying when you manage to get the equipment with the specialists in your brewery and try to pull off with some combos.
Some little combo going on there, yeah.
It's, again, they're not mega massive combo. It's not a deck building game. But when you distill, you can build some small combos there that are really satisfying to do it.
Absolutely. And I think, it's quite a broad type of theme, isn't it? There's nothing here that's really going to put anyone off from any sort of sector. I mean, it's a great, if you're really into your Euro games, this is a great one with an interesting theme. I mean, unless you're really obsessed with space heavy or fantasy games, maybe this is not for you. But
I am, and this is really good.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, maybe it's even for you. It's for Matt.
Probably because it's booze.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's the booze side of it that does it. Maybe if you're completely teetotal and you're not interested in Euro games, but other than that, I think it's got a really wide appeal.
Okay, let's talk about some final thoughts about Distilled. Wayne, what do you think about Distilled? Like, from your heart?
From my heart, I'll tell you everything. So, no, Distilled is a tremendous Euro game, I think. I think Paverson Games have done a wonderful job of doing that elusive thing of creating a mechanically sound game that has really strong thematic integration with what it's trying to achieve. I think what it wants to do, it does exceptionally well. I think it's fun, it's interesting, it's interactive. I feel like there's more still to learn from the game, even despite playing it a bunch. The expansions that you've thrown in as well have added a whole heap to it. I don't think I'm going to be getting bored of this game anytime soon. I love the theme. I love how it plays. I could recommend that you go and buy it. I think this is 5 out of 5 from me.
Here you go.
5 out of 5. I love it. I would love to play it again. I'll play it again after this video if I had time.
There you go. Yeah.
So Matt, what about you?
I do agree with you that it's a very, very good game. The theme and the mechanics are perfectly combined, and then again, it's something that we really like.
Yeah, always appreciate that.
It's not easy. It's not easy to do at all.
No.
So the investment that the guys at Paverson's done to research and create a game based on distilling booze is absolutely insane.
Yeah, amazing.
I just want to know how they even thought about it. But anyway,
A lot of drinking whiskey in Scotland, apparently,
probably,
so,
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Mate, fair enough. Fair enough. There are a lot of cards that gives you a lot of replayability. Strategies and tactics will change every time. It's not a sobered game. You will play this time 100 times and play 100 different times. The amount of
the replayability. Jeez.
Amount of each of these boost cards are different. There are tons of them, so every time you will be able to brew different
combinations of alcohol, which is great.
That is great. My only comment about the game, it was the number of players.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I think this is a very good 3 players.
I agree with you. I think 3 is the magic number for this game.
4 tends to be slightly too long, especially at the start, because there are a lot of moving components to the game. So you need to be there and pay attention. And then if someone forgot to do something, you need to go back and go. So I think 3 players is the sweet spot. 2 player is really good,
Actually,
really snappy. 4 player I find it a little bit
sticky, I think.
A little bit. You need to play with people that already play the game a fair amount of times. But saying that, to me, Distilled is a 4.5 out of 5.
Still a big score, Matt.
It's, and again, I'm not the biggest Euro games fan, even if you just let me play a lot of Euro games all the time.
I know, I just force him. I'm like, Matt's got a stack of dungeon crawlers somewhere around here that he's desperate to play with me. I'm like, Matt, what about this Euro game?
Fair enough. No, 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. I will play, and we will play this game a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna stay in our collection for a long time.
Absolutely.
And absolutely. Should you go out and buy it? Yes. Absolutely. If you are a Euro fan and you like card drafting, and absolutely go out and buy it.
There you go. That is a recommendation for Distilled, and you should go and check it out. And if you liked our review and you liked what we do, then please do not hesitate to slap that like button like it owes you money. And then also press the subscribe button as if it needs to buy you a beer. Go and do that. Oh no, not beer. Buy you a whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a gin. Or
if you press the subscribe button, a whiskey could appear on your desk.
It might not.
You don't know. If you haven't pressed it, you
may as well find out by
just
pressing the button.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
And if it happens, let us know in the comments, because I'll be hitting my own subscribe button.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. And if you liked that and you want to do some shopping, then please do check out Into the AM via our special link and via our special code that'll be on the screen.
Yep.
And you can go and get yourself a 10% discount on top of any other discount.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Once again, thank you very much to Paverson Games for supplying this copy for us to review. And we'll catch you again real soon.
Ciao. I'm gonna have a whiskey.